Adam is a very mysterious man. I met him at Nirvana out here in Bali, and the wisdom that he comes out with, and the sayings and the words and the incredible knowledge that you have. I had to sit down with you. I had to go through what's your story. I had to go deeper and just understand what made this man today. So Adam, what made you? What's your story? Talk to me. What started this?
Okay. Now I'm 38. I'll be 38 in 2 days, actually.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic.
And the last, I would say, 4 years, something changed in my life. Right? So when I was 33, I had like, I'll call it an awakening of. So I had like a previous life, 0 to 33, amazing life. So many things happened. I learned so much. I've been traveling. I've been meeting so many people, but something was missing in my life. And at that moment, I was like, had an awakening to look for who I was, or who I am, for real. And it was like the first start of the journey where I was, okay, now I'm not going to depend on others. I'm going to just do things for myself first. Because we heard that, right? Just do your things first, take care of yourself. But I didn't do that because I wasn't raised like that. I'm the oldest man, I'm oldest child. I'm a man. I'm raised in a Muslim family. So, all the rules, you need to provide, you need to do this and that, get married, make money. I did it. You know what? I did that all my life. I got married. I have a daughter. So, and actually, it happens started to happen when she came, my daughter. That was my awakening. People, I talk to a lot of people now. I kind of interview them just to see, like, what you do, right?
Yeah.
Like, I've seen you, and I saw your energy, and you're doing it, like, naturally, right? And that's also what I do, because I want to learn this story, right? I want to be involved and be, okay, what made you you? And your story will make me grow in my own journey. So for me, it was like, my daughter came. Like many people, or an accident or something very hard for them. For me, it wasn't that hard, but it was like a big slap in my face to start to ask the real questions, because all those questions, they were in my head all of these years, but I had like a kind of a purpose. I had to be this role model, this man. I need to provide. My parents need to be proud of me. I have brothers and sisters, ex-wife, and so on. But at that moment, I was like, why do I do all this? Why? What's the big why behind? Why do I want to make more money? Why do I want to provide? Why? Then I was, but I'm not fulfilled. I'm not. See, you talked about addiction, right? I was in some addictions, and I didn't know why, because my life was perfect. Why do I go in that? Why do I watch porn? Why do I do this? Why do I need to put myself in my phone and play video games for hours? Why? Because I wasn't listening to myself. That's it. Myself, or my body, or my inner self, call it the way you want, he was talking to me all those years, but I didn't want to listen because I had this goal. And at that moment, when I asked myself, I was like, you know what? I'll put everything on the floor. See who I really am, without all those, I don't know how to call it, but all those, mechanism, shields, protections, all those things. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be weak. I'm going to be naked. I'm going to be real. And that journey, when it started, it was very difficult. I went to depression. I'm not a guy going to depression. I never thought ever in my life I would go there. I had one of my best friends, he was in depression for many years. I was kind of looking down on him. It's like, bro, just go work out, wake up, do things, move.
Yeah.
I was that type of man. With my ex-wife, she had like a lot of energy, amazing woman, amazing. And I didn't understand. I couldn't imagine. But when I went there, I was, oh, wow. And actually, that was one of my favorite parts of my life. this depression few months because I kind of surrender. I didn't want to go out of it. I wanted to understand. I wanted to see what's happening, why it's, what does it mean, depression? You know, I put a word after a few months because in the beginning I was like down, didn't want to do anything. I was in my bed. I was like meditating and reading, but still, like I didn't want to do anything. I wanted to. There was like if I can give small advice on, it's instead of trying to escape what we are living right now, anything that could be an addiction, that could be things that we're not proud of it, just sit down and just feel what do you feel? Instead of just like, oh, I have a goal, I have this, you know, because there are like timings in a life, you know, we're not going to do everything right now, right? Okay, we see, like you're talking about Hormozy, we see our idols or people that we're looking up to, they went through so many things. And they maybe don't talk enough about it. Maybe they do, but we don't hear enough. We're just like looking at this top moment, right?
The gold medal.
Right? You have to work, right? To go through, to be there and make your own success. That's why like people, they talk about success. What is success? Right? So define your own success. And to define something, you need to go through so many different things and maybe try, maybe feel, maybe fail. You can do so many things, but you cannot take one word and be like, oh, this is my success. This is mine. This is my definition. Because I saw this guy, I like this guy, he looks good, he talks in a good way. It's different. We're all different. And on this one, I think we need to I don't know how was the word, make it sacred, something like that, that we are unique.
Yeah.
All of us.
100%. I love it. There you go. I think it's almost like my philosophy on a lot of stuff is like replicate then iterate. So when we first got into the gym industry, we just copied who is the best in the industry. And we paid a lot of money for Gym Launch, which was Alex Hormozy's program.
Yeah.
And we just did exactly what they said. And then once you understand why they're doing the thing, then you're like, oh, okay, now I can iterate and I can put my own thing on it.
Right.
And that is such a big reason as to why we do this, because someone's listening to this right now and thinking, okay, I could just copy Hormozy. The thing is if Hormozy's doing those things because he loves work, he loves doing those things, you might hate that thing. And so no one can beat Hormozy at being Hormozy. And I'll give you a Naval quote. Escape competition through authenticity. Right? It's literally, no one can beat Joe Rogan at being Joe Rogan. No one can beat Adam at being Adam. With this, I think sometimes, like Steve Jobs said, right, you can only connect the dots looking backwards, you can't connect them looking forwards. Right now, this podcast, it just feels right. And I don't know, like, it might do nothing, no one might see it, it might blow up, who cares, right? It just feels right, and it feels like the right thing to do. And I think if you listen to those things in your head and you act on them, and you also then, sometimes you act on the bad things. If you go off your intuition sometimes, then you can only connect it looking back. And I think sometimes it's almost a bit arrogant for a human to think that they know what's best for them, right? When in reality, bad things happen when actually when you look back, they were the exact things that led you to that moment.
100%, right? I call it, I don't use too much the word bad. I use the word discomfort, uncomfortable. Use this. I prefer those words than bad, because bad, just like there's something, it is like by itself bad. It's not. It's just uncomfortable.
100%.
Right? Then, and I like discomfort. I like that because I know it led me, like I know by experience and by reading a lot of people and meeting so many people, that every time you go through that phase, something amazing will come.
100%.
Every time. There's no, like 100%. So now I'm kind of excited.
Yeah.
To feel it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, something.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't like it. Like, you know, I'm leaving now Bali. I've been here for 2 months. I had a blast, right? Amazing people that I met. experiences, things that I've learned from others, from myself, going through so many things. And now I'm like, at the same time, sad. So I feel that this discomfort to leave, especially like the last few days, it was like even more intense. And at the same time, super excited because it's a new journey. And I know now and it will be like slower. I know it's going to be slower. I don't know what I don't know, but I think it's going to be way slower than this life. But it's going to be amazing. So I'm going to integrate first the things that I've been learning that I didn't have the time to do that because it was so fulfilling, so excited. And at the same time, going through and become the new me, right? And work on new things, different, And sometimes, yes, it's very slow. Sometimes it's very high intensity. I don't care.
Yeah.
Right? We're learning.
You're right the way. So there's like this discomfort, this feeling of like leaning into it. Did you must have had that same mindset pre-33 before this kind of like change in yourself? Did you have that there, or what was it?
I was trying to avoid it so much.
Right. Even though you were a provider and you were doing all these things.
Yeah, I didn't like it too much. I was very smiling guy, happy, always a lot of energy. Then I used to be like 10 years with my ex-wife. So I learned so much with her. And the last years, I would say like maybe the last 4 or 5 years, I learned a lot more that, when I don't want something, I don't want it. Because we used to go out. We had like, we call it, we have different lives together. The first phase of next 2 years, the next 5 years, right? And the last part when we had a kid. So it was like different lives. And at some point, I would say in the middle, I was like, if I don't feel that going out and she wants to, I'm not going to push myself too much because I know I'm not going to have a good night, good evening, and she's not. So I was like kind of starting to listen to myself, but it was not comfortable and it was not okay. I was feeling bad about it.
Sure.
It was like, oh, maybe I should have done that today.
Yeah.
If it's a no, it's a no.
Yeah.
I don't give an excuse, or of course sometimes I do, but most of the time, like, I don't want it.
Yeah.
I don't want to see you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's not about you.
Yeah.
It's about myself.
Yeah.
You ask me to come. I ask myself, do I want?
100%.
Yes. Next day, do I want? Yes.
100%.
Do I want? Yes. Yes, it's a big yes.
100. Let's double click on this because I think this is really important. Because I think it can lead to a lot of resentment. And I always remember this in sales, bad word, coaching, whatever. If someone said to me, I used to talk to my wife, right? And let's say they really wanted to do it, but then they come back to me and said, my wife didn't let me. What I kind of realized eventually was that's actually really unfair on your wife. Because what it does is you're actually putting the fact that you're not achieving your goals on your wife. And so it's your wife's fault. And so you'll always resent your wife. And I was like, that's not cool. And I started calling people out for it.
Yeah.
I was like, no. Stop asking her for permission. Ask her for support.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, if the tides were changed, you would say to her, go do the fucking thing. Right? And so I used to do this a lot with Kira. Right? I was like, I'll go along with it, fine. And now I'm just like, no.
Love that.
Because I love her too much, actually, to resent her for me not loving myself, of doing some, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think actually she really respects it 100%. When I go, no, I don't want to do it. But again, I want to double click on it because the first thing I can hear, and it's almost like a screaming, I can almost feel like eyes going into me, is the word selfish.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
So talk to me about this enlightened self-interest. We both know Naval, right? How has your world changed since you kind of like embraced that? And why is that a good path to go down in the long run?
Okay. I'll give you my story when I broke up and got divorced with my ex-wife and left my daughter. I think this is a big thing. So I wanted to provide, I wanted to be the dad, and I always wanted that. So I had this plan of my life, of how I wanted to raise her, how I want to have a good life, and we had money when we were planning to have more money. So we were like, okay, maybe we're gonna live 6 months in Europe and 6 months traveling in the world. And when I left, I remember I said to my ex-wife, okay, I'm going to leave now. And she said, you're abandoning us. Abandoning us. And I was like, no, I'm not. And she said, you're selfish. I said, you know what? Why I'm doing that? Because I want to be a good dad. And for me, providing the outside doesn't give the inside, It's two different things. My parents, they gave me everything from the outside.
Sure.
Okay? So they came from a very poor family and they were working very hard and they gave me everything. And I so grateful and thankful for that. Like for everything. And I grow up because I am a bit different. I think you understand that. And I think most of you understand that we feel different.
Sure.
We're different than most of the regular people.
Yeah.
I felt it, and no one could understand that. I was smart. I was lucky that I was smart, and I could learn fast. So I could put myself into the mold of life,
Sure.
But
sure.
I felt
you
different.
could put the face on,
right?
You could play the chameleon.
100%.
Yeah.
I was lucky on that because I have some friends they couldn't.
Yeah.
I have some friends they can't do that. So, but still inside, I was kind of having this hole, and it was like getting bigger and bigger through the years, even with the beautiful life. So I said to myself, you know what? I feel that my daughter, she's going to be kind of like that. I felt it. There's like just a feeling that she's going to be different.
Yeah.
So how can I provide her with the support, like the inside support, if I don't do it on myself?
Yeah.
If I'm not there. So I will be there without being there. So my ex-wife, she taught me something. So we used to live together and I was working from home, building apps, building games, building many things. And so I was working from home, she was working outside, and she came and we spent all our time together, all of it for 4 or 5 years. But every time she told me, you're not there. Like, what do you mean I'm not there? Like 70% of my awakened life is with you. I'm here. We're watching TV together. We're playing games together. We're eating together. We're having the same friends together. What do you want me to have more? I couldn't understand. That I didn't get it. For real. I was trying to. I couldn't. But now I know. I was not there. I was in the future. Or I was in the past. I was most of the time in the future. So planning my next move, right?
Yeah.
Just, I need to build that to make her happy, to make myself happy. When I'm going to have kids, I'm going to do this and this and that. I'm going to do this with my parents. I'm going to make them happy. I was not there. I was watching something on TV, but I was not there. So my mind was there. So because I'm a fast learner, but still, my energy was not. So I'm like, I cannot be there physically and not be there. I've been doing that against my ex-wife. So am I going to do that with my daughter? No. I'd rather sacrifice something and leave, get out of this equation physically for a while. I don't know how long, to find myself. And when I'm here, the 5 minutes I'm here, so an hour that we're going to be here, I'm here. Yeah. I'm not there. I'm not thinking about what's going to happen later. I'm now here. I don't care about the rest. So this is one of the biggest things that I've been learning the last few years. And every time I drink water, I work on something, I'm talking to someone, I'm in the bathroom, I'm there. That's it. There's no after, there's no before, right? Sometimes, of course, I plan things. I have ideas, I have goals, but I kind of get detached from it. So I wanted to have a nice body, right? Work on my body, like I'm 38, I'm getting a bit older. I looked at myself, I'm like, okay, I want to be more shoulders, more this, more that. Then I was, okay, do you want to go to the gym? Yes. Do you want to push yourself a bit? Yes. So every time I go, now I detach myself from the goal. I don't look at myself being big, because if I attach myself to that, I'm going to see the difference from today and the result, right? And I'm going to be, every part of it, I'm going to be sad. I'm going to be not fulfilled. But if I'm like detached, because I know this is what I want, like I'm feeling it, but every time now I work out, I enjoy. I give my 100%. And my 100% of today and my 100% of tomorrow is different. We know that. So, and I try to do that as much as I can on every part of in my life.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. 100%. It's the chasing, you know, and it's like it's almost like it's I can see the picture of like something coming out behind you with like a carrot.
Yeah.
And then you're like running
Right?
towards it and it never ever go. And as soon as you just kind of like go, and suddenly the carrot swings back and you're like, oh, damn it. Right? And it's just like I think for me, when I was a kid, I was always chasing happiness. I read loads of books on happiness, like how to be happy and all these different things. And I actually realized if I was chasing happiness, I could actually never get it. And even in everything, okay, let's say I wanted to become this person, right? Because once I got this thing, then I would get this. It's the when then fallacy, right?
Yeah.
It's like, think of how silly that is in the when then. When I get well, then I'll go to the doctor. When I get rich, then I'll save money. When I get in good shape, then I'll go to the gym. It's like, no. It's like, figure out what you want. What does that person do? Design your environment so that the likelihood of doing those things right now are as high as possible, and then do it, and soon enough you'll become it.
That's it.
Right? And it literally is like I told this before. Identity, identitia, repeated being. We are what we repeatedly do, therefore excellence isn't a trait, it's a habit. Right?
Yeah.
And this idea of chasing, of wanting, we don't even get what we want. We get what we deserve. We get what we do, right? And this is why sometimes I believe in manifestation, different things like that. But if you remove the manifestation and just do the actions, that's what actually matters. But again, it's increasing the likelihood of doing the thing, which is think about it more, right? See yourself doing
100%.
it, etc.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
back again, I'm really, because there's this dichotomy. There's this before and after of the Adam that I now know, right? What was life like before then for you? Were you still chasing happiness? Did you not care? Did you just want to provide? Because I think this is the point where many people are probably listening to this thinking like, I relate to that, you know, and what can I do now to adjust that and kind of change that path and that course?
Okay. So I always had this voice in my head, always telling me something, but I was like hiding it,
right?
Because of everything else. But it was very strong. Now I know. Now I can tell you because I couldn't. So it was kind of pushing me towards something, and I was like pushing back on what I thought I wanted, right? That was always like off. Everything that I did was off. Like I was drop shipping. I made quite a lot of money. Then I stopped. I started to work on freelancing. I'm a UX designer, a graphic designer, and everything for many years. And it was always something off. And I always like lied to myself that I was okay with it. You know why? Because I was good. Because I was good at it. So that was kind of easy. So I kind of went to something that was kind of easy, good, and I was like, people were praising me. So the thing that was keeping me going, that's all the praise. And people, they were like, oh, you're good, oh, you're this. And then I was like staying in this comfort, right? Comfort zone. That's interesting that you're asking me because things are coming right now because I didn't think about it, like it's been a while. But I was off, always off. Then I changed, I moved, I did like something weird, and people, they were like, why do you do this? Why? I don't know. So I was always in the middle of what I really wanted and what I was thinking that I wanted. So this mix was, from the outside was okay, looked okay, but from the inside was always off.
Wow.
Then I stopped all that. And I will tell you a little bit of my story. When I awoke, I said to myself, what are the things that I think make me me? Okay, give me the pillar of me. My pillar is like the pillar are I want to make money. I want to provide. I'm a man, masculine man.
Mm-hmm.
I have my religion.
Mm-hmm.
I care about my family. All those things. You know, I'm a guy. I love sex. I love food. I love eating.
Mm-hmm.
All those things. Then I said to myself, okay, put them on the floor. I used to see myself with like so many clothes on top of myself, right?
Like
That I
layers.
didn't choose.
Yeah.
You know, all of the layers of this is me.
Yeah.
But I couldn't move. I was like, not me.
Yeah.
And I said, you know, put it on the floor. Look at it. Just look. Be. I use the word appreciate. Appreciate that. Appreciation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't not like it, but look at it. Just 360. Observe, but in a very detached way, without judging it, without anything. Just like I look at it, right? And I started to do this. Then I said to myself, okay, can I live without this one thing? Can I? Let's try, right? I had my ex after my ex-wife. She's my best friend today. We're like dating, and I said to her, is it okay if we don't have sex? And since she was very open, of course she said yes. So we dated 3 months more without anything. Sleeping in the same bed, being very close to each other, loving each other, but without anything. Because I wanted to be like, okay, what is me without that? And I said, I did that with the food. So I said, I heard a lot, if you don't eat and drink for 3 days in a row, you die. I said to myself, let's do it. Let's do that. Let's die. Let's see if I die. So I did it. 72 hours without anything.
Wow.
And I didn't die. I'm here. See, I was pushing myself to be, can I choose consciously?
Yeah.
Because it's different, okay, if we don't have food.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to be okay. If I don't have a girlfriend, I'm going to be, no, I have it. I choose consciously to not do that. And it was the same with my religion. Like, this is my religion. I was like on and off, praying, not praying, doing this. I said to myself, you know what? What if I'm not anymore? What's going to happen? This is, like, I give you like some example of what I did. And I did the same with money. Money was a big thing. So I was making a lot of money. And I said to myself, what if, this is one of the big things that I can share, is what if, because I grew up my parents, they had money, so I had like everything. They were not rich, but I had everything. Like nice clothes, nice food, PlayStation, going out, going to the movies. I could have everything I wanted. I had a laptop. Then I said to myself, okay, I never had the chance to live like a very poor life. Like a life where I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Then I said, okay, I'm going to start working. Imagine, I had a daughter, I left. So I was kind of supposed to support her. My ex-wife is amazing, right? She understood. In the beginning, it was pretty difficult for her, but I think she felt that I was like deeply like honest to myself. I tried to be like as straight as possible. Then I said, okay, no money. So I stopped working, everything. I had like good amount of money. It took me like 2.5 years to spend it. I didn't push it. I just, it was life. After 2.5 years around, I remember I was with my friend. We checked my account. I had like €2 in my bank account. 221, I think it was. And then we made a joke. It was like, bro, seriously, that's the first time I have more money than you, because you used to be broke, and we just switched. And I said, okay, now I start to feel like a little bit anxious, a little bit, all those feelings that I was wanting to just be aware that, okay, I'm conscious to leave that.
Sure.
Okay, I don't wait for life to just bring it to me, just I'm going to put myself in this situation. So for around 2 years, a bit more, I lived a life without money. Nothing. And I came to Bali the first time. I moved around a lot, so I met a lot of people, crazy things. So I was like, it was another perspective on life. How do I live? How do I eat? How do I sleep without anything? I was at my parents at that time. My friend said, I'm in Bali. You want to come? I had nothing in my bank account. 2 weeks later, €700 in my bank account. life. I bought the ticket. I went. I didn't know, right? My mom gave me a little bit of money to have to go to the hotel for a month. Then I was on my own. Sometimes I had a client. Sometimes I had small things. That my perspective on life was not to be safe, secure, to secure the future, but to be there right now.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of extreme in that way because I wanted, but now you don't know how much I'm grateful for this glass of water that you gave me, right? We just came and you just gave me a glass of water. I was like, thank you. Okay, I appreciate it. So.
Yeah, I think it's very easy to get caught up in opulence when everything is so accessible. And I think, actually, when you look at the Balinese, happiest people I know.
Right?
They make what, $300 a month?
Nothing.
Nothing, right? And they are so happy. They're smiling, they're loving life. And they probably never left Bali. They've probably never gone anywhere else. And there's so many times that I was thinking, when you were saying about your wife and spending so much time with her, you might listen to a song once and absolutely love the song. You listen to it 1,000 times, you're going to hate the bloody song, right? And I think it's the same thing with everything in life. And it all comes down to like the volume and the repeated exposure. If your new level of eating out is Michelin star restaurants, everything else below it becomes disgusting, right? And so it's all, humans can never see something in isolation. They always have to compare it, right? So when you get a coffee, right, that coffee right there, that might be an expensive coffee, right? Yeah. In Bali. But then when you compare it to the UK, it's cheap. There is nothing you can ever see in isolation. As humans, we always pair things together. And again, just to hammer this home, when you smell something, it usually takes you to memory. Your brain usually pairs things together. Yeah. And when you look at prices, you compare it to everything else. And so, funny, I did the exact same thing in my life. I slept on the floor for a while. I quit all social media, all porn, everything, all consumption. I quit, right? You probably see me all the time. I wear the same clothes. I eat the same thing. I literally just got rid of everything because I realized, I was like, wow, what's left is actually beautiful, right? You don't need anything else. And actually, it's fine when you do have, it's okay. Like, I think it's very easy to have the mindset of the monk who goes to the monastery and says, I'm going to meditate for 12 hours a day because I need to be at peace. I love the Stoics who are like, okay, let's have that mindset and live life. Let's do it now. Let's be in the thick of it and see if we can be okay there. And that's why I love doing the sweat classes. I love ultra running. I love Ironmans. I love all these things because once you do something like that, life becomes easy. You run for 22 and a half hours in a row, the next month is, because it's all comparison, right? You're broke with 25 grand on a credit card and you get through it and you do it again and again. And it gets to the point where you're just like, you know what, we'll be fine. As long as I don't die or end up in prison. But as you said, very good point, you broke my belief on this. How many people died and went to prison and afterwards changed the world? So actually, it's just like, just live. But what would you say to 27-year-old Adam who has that mindset right now? He's like, no, fuck this. Like, I wanna do the thing. Quick comma. I think sometimes it's easier to achieve the thing and realize you don't need it than to get rid of it before you get it. Right? And I think it sounds like you went down the path of getting it, then relinquishing, right? But there was always more levels. You could always have more wealth. You can always have more things. So what would you say to, again, I don't know, when were you at the peak of this? 25, 27?
Maybe 30, 20.
30?
Yeah.
Okay, what would you say to Adam then about this? And is it something that you can give advice to? Is it something that you just have to feel? Is it something that just comes along? Like, all that?
For me, I always, what we do now, what you do, I really appreciate it because um, you do something that you told me just before the start of the podcast that you're doing for your old self, right? Your young self. I wanted to have that. I wanted that. I wanted to meet someone that tells me, listen to yourself, just stop, breathe, breathe 5 seconds, just look. How do you feel? No one told me because I had like so much energy and I had this, I would say, charisma.
Yeah.
That all of my friends, I had really amazing friends, but maybe I didn't listen enough. Maybe I was like thinking maybe they were not strong enough, and I was not thinking.
Sure.
So I wanted to have someone strong enough to make me listen, to make me stop. Just look around. Are you okay with that? Are you sure? Because you know that if you have more, it's just going to be more. It's never going to end. Are you sure? I would have cried instantly. If someone, like, I don't know, I'm feeling about talking to myself, I would like stopped and cried, like pouring hours of crying. And I didn't cry at that time. I never. Because I needed that. And it happened. So what I can say to younger generations, well, my younger self, is just stop and breathe. Just stop. 2 seconds. And breathe. And look and feel. Okay, feel. This is, especially for men, it's like we don't feel anything, right? We just, our feelings are here and just, oh, this is for pussies, this is for women, this is for those, this is for that, this is for kids, this is, no. You don't know how much feelings they can give us so much power. You know, men, like, the more you think about something, the more you become this person, right? But you have to pair it with feelings. If there's no feelings, it's weak. It's not enough. So you have to do it so many times. But if you just pair it instantly with a strong feeling, now you just instantly you can change. And it happened to me the last 4 years. I switched my life instantly from something to something else just because I was in tune with my feelings. I was okay. Like when I say feelings, I don't say only like crying, sadness, all of them. And be like, okay, what are like the panel, the cards that I can play with? There are cards. I'm like, okay, today I'm feeling this. How do I play with this card? How do I play with this one? Right? It takes time, right? Because we're in a world where we need to do more faster. And I'm a bit older now, and I'm like, there's no faster. There's no shortcut to live your life, right? Your life is your life. There's no shortcut. Just live it 100% every moment. Be there. Just put everything that you have. If someone told me that, oh, you don't know how much I was like, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you just for acknowledging me and making myself, looking at myself.
Yeah.
I didn't do that. I never took the time to just look at myself in the mirror.
Yeah.
I remember that because I watched some podcasts and stuff. Just look at yourself. And I thought that I never looked at myself in my eyes ever. Just looking at my eyebrows, my hair, my days, like and always because I'm an illustrator, so I'm a very physiognomist. I love small details. I never took myself to look at myself in the eyes, inside. So I do that sometimes, or I just sit and just do nothing.
Damn. Dude, I remember a story of when I had a mentor about 5 years ago, and he was saying to me, do you feel your emotions? And I was like, fuck emotions. I was like, emotions are for pussies. I was like, I think men that feel their emotions are like fucking pussies.
Right.
And he said, and then 10 minutes later, I was like, yeah, I remember a time when I wanted to kill myself. And he looked at me, he was like, he was like, do you not like connect these things together? And then in that moment, I was like, shit, you're right. I was like, maybe I should work on that. So that was like the biggest moment for me of just, I remember just fast charging. Whenever an emotion came up, it was, right, open the laptop, bam, get out of it. It was, and I think, I don't know if we meant to say this as well, I was like, but I'm actually very thankful for all of the distractions, like the sugar, porn, gaming, fitness for me, 100%. to keep me alive, right? Because I think in those times, my emotions were so strong that maybe I couldn't handle them. I didn't actually know how to deal with them. I remember my mum used to take me to the gym every Saturday because I was so overweight. I was like 34 obese, so BMI, right? I hit puberty 5 years late because I was so fat. I had so much estrogen in my body that I couldn't enter puberty. So when I was like 16 or 17, I still had a high voice and I got bullied in school, blah, 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 right? All boys school, so it's gonna happen. And I remember like, I still see it at home as a hole in the wall where I'd punch the wall because I was so angry because my mum was forcing me to go to the gym, and God bless her, like she fucking tried, right? And my dad used to take me out on the bike in the evenings and like get me doing something. But I remember like my friend's really big into AA. He was an alcoholic, and he said, "Thank you, alcohol, for saving my life." Wow. And I was like, "Fuck, that's incredible." That's right? Yeah, it's so interesting. So, do you still struggle with the stuff today, feeling emotions, and has it just been a state that you just switched, or is it something that you have to work on like every single day?
To make the habit, I needed something. I wanted something. So I don't know if you heard, on my phone I have this bell ringing almost every hour on this app, just telling me to stop and breathe.
Oh, nice.
Because I read in some books, like some spiritual books. It's like, yeah, meditate, breathe, do this and this. And I put everything together, and it's not enough to meditate in the morning, in the evening.
Yeah.
To pray 5 times a day. To just go focus only on when I need to focus. In me, it was like something off.
Yeah.
Because, I've seen them, all the guys. I was one of this person, just, okay, I'm going to pray, I'm going to meditate, and then go back to porn. I go back to this, I go back to... How can I implement it every moment in my life?
100, yeah.
And I said, okay, well, I'm going to do small things, right? I'm just going to, when I brush my teeth, I'm going to breathe. When I do, like, create a habit on top of already have a habit, right? A habit
habit stack.
Right? Then I said, what, I have this. I met this guy and he had this app, and I was, yes, I'll download it. I download it straight away, put it every hour, every 50 minutes. Rings. I stop. I breathe. Just 1-2 breaths. It depends. Just stop. Everything I'm doing is, how do I feel right now? So it's a process. Is it like an ending process or not? I don't know. This is not I don't care about that.
Yeah.
Just who I was at some point and who I am right now is totally different.
Yeah.
And from the outside, I didn't change that much. Of course, I gained some muscles. I have but no, I'm totally different. Right? So much more aware.
Yeah.
So feelings for me was like wrong. Now feelings are uncomfortable. Like those kind of some feelings. Some are very comfortable, of course, but some are not.
Yeah.
And since I meet people and I talk about it, I share that, especially with women, and they're like a good mirror for me. It's like, oh, how do you feel about it now? Tired? Are you sure you're tired? So I still have a smile, but I feel the sadness. Now I can put words on, like a little bit more detail, a little bit more accurate on the feeling. These feelings are very difficult.
Yeah.
To be like, put just like, oh, joy.
Yeah.
Oh, tired. I'm sure. How do you feel? Where is it in the body? Then, I'm getting better and better at this, and better at, it's okay. And it's okay to stay. Why? Because it's going to change. That shall pass too, right? It will pass at some point. So why should I push it away? This is for something.
Yeah.
And now I'm just, okay, I'm in this mood. What do I want to do? Do I want to read? Do I want to sit? Do I want to meditate? Do I want to talk to someone? Do I want to not talk to someone? I have like messages on my phone. Put it back. I don't care. I will do it later because I know that at some point I will have this energy to do it, right?
Yeah.
It's exactly the same with working out. I love to work out. I work out like 4 or 5 times a week. But sometimes for 3 days in a row, I don't do it because I don't feel like it. Then 3 days later, I'm
back. Okay. We're back. 100%. You know the meditation thing on like meditating for like an hour a day, right? It's like going to the gym for 1 hour a day, wanting to improve your posture and sitting at your desk like this all day. It's like, what are we doing?
Why?
Right? You may as well just do that all day and not go to the gym.
That's it.
You know? So when I first got into this, I did Wim Hof meditation, read all the books when I was like 18. I was just on this journey of like, I don't know what it was. I don't know. And people ask me all the time, what was the moment? I'd say kind of, for you, it sounds like it was your daughter, right? I think for me, I was just so down and so low that I hit rock bottom, and that allowed me to actually bounce back. But I used to meditate in all these things, and then I stopped. And I stopped meditating because I actually realized that I could be here right now and not focusing on that, or I'm not focusing on this. And it's like, this is meditation, right? It's focus, right? And focus for me is the elimination of alternatives. These are the alternatives. Right here, I'm here. And actually, it's funny, I wrote down a list of the 10 things that I do. That's it. There's only 10 things that I do in life. We'll go for another time, but it was just like, not that I allow myself to do, but I was like, okay, these are the things these are the states that I'm in. I want to be in listening mode, right? Or I want to be in reading mode, or I want to be in training mode. And each of these have different ollies, and different kind of personas, but I want to be there. And when I'm in that moment, bam, that's meditation, So we'll come on to this thing of like, I talk about this a lot at like the dinner table with my family, and they're probably listening to this and they'll laugh. And I just say, I'm like, why does everyone just not talk about this stuff? I think for me, maybe this is just making myself feel grandiose because I feel like the only and the other, right? But these are the conversations that I see you having all the time, and we love this stuff. But for other people, they see this as like icky, or they see it as, it's too deep. I'm like, motherfucker, there's nothing else other than this. Like, everything else doesn't matter if you can't not control, but if there's not an internal state. It's like this, the Stoics call it the inner citadel. It's like, you can have everyone, if someone bumps you in the street, they're like, fuck you, right? Yeah. But if someone says something to you and you let it affect you, that's worse, right? But no one works on the inner citadel. No one works on, who do I want to be? How do I want to show up in the world? All they focus on is the facade, The what?
It's the how.
The how. Expand?
Because the how is just like what you said about the facade, right?
Right.
How do I make myself more different, this and that? But they don't work from the inside. They work on the like, okay, I'm going to build. Why do you build this?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm building it because I need the bigger one.
Yeah.
Why? But why?
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. What is it? It's I think Epictetus, or one of these guys. All of humanity's problems come from the fact that a man can't sit in a room alone for 10 minutes.
Awesome. That's it.
And I love Goggins for this, because he's like, shut up, go in a dark room, whip out like a journal, and start thinking about who you want to be. That's it. And it's like how you want to show up in the world. Who do you want to be? Because I think you do have the chance to engineer that. And I love what you said. I think sometimes the world can be almost not fluffy is the wrong word, but I love how you brought that back. Is to like, at first, you need to do a set of behaviors. You need to model what this looks like. I was talking to Seb last night, nutrition coach, right? Yeah. Does the programming for Nirvana. And the first thing I said to him was, what does your best clients do in terms of nutrition? What behaviors do they do? He was like, that's a great question. And I was like, yeah, because if I can model what they do, even if it's seen as obsessive, right? Then I can have that in my day. And so it's like, if we look at the monks and we look at the Balinese and these people who are so happy and loving life, let's just model what they do and let's try and fit that back into our life. So what's your view on, and why do you think this is that people see this stuff as like too deep? I bet you've got that before, right? Oh, Adam, you're so deep. Like, can we stop going so deep? Can we just talk about other stuff? What's your kind of mindset on that?
Okay, I'll tell you how I do that. Mm-hmm. Okay, because I always want to go deep. Yeah. There's no point for me to talk about like nonsense things, right? But So in the beginning, I was kind of judgmental. Oh, you talk about football. I'm like, I don't care. You talk about the last movie. I'm like, wow. Then, like, I talk to a lot of people, right? I read a lot. And I'm going inward to just learn, right? I call it integrate. All those things, and at some point it will be like become myself.
Sure.
Right? Without forcing it. I'm like a peaceful force. I'm going to call it. So now, when I talk to people, I love to talk to anyone. Then I just ask questions first. Then people, what they do, they answer, but they answer with first, and if you just look a little bit, they answer with who they want to be perceived. That's their answer, okay? And then they start to talk. And they will talk about this area of how they want to be perceived and who they want to be like, I am that person, right? Most of the time it's very unconscious. It's fun. I'm like, okay, interesting. Then my goal is that I love is to be like, okay, but who don't you want to be perceived like? I don't know how to say that, but just like, what are you hiding? Okay. Gonna make it easier. What I want to hide, but I'm not gonna go straight there, right? Yeah. Some people they are very open, very okay, and just, okay, let's go. But most of them they're not. If I go and push and like, talk about this. Why do you ask me that? No, we don't know each other. No, I'll take the time, right? Then for someone to open, I need to be as genuine as possible and be like, okay, I want to learn about you. So I'm asking questions on this field, but I'm not going to ask questions on the how or the when, but how do you feel about that? Because, okay, some people, they say, oh, I went to the pool today. I don't know what you mean. I have no idea. Okay, it's very sunny today. You like sun or not? I don't know. Maybe you don't like it. Maybe you're too white. People that just think like, oh, it's a good thing. You have no idea.
Yeah.
And most of us, since we don't ask those questions, we don't care enough about how people feel about something, they put a mask.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I'm supposed to like sun. I'm supposed to like to wake up early. But most of the people, they don't. And we're different. And how much different? You know, maybe you like it, but not every day. Maybe you like it to wake up a little bit. Maybe you're forcing yourself. You know, so I'm just going there, right? Just be. Well, how do you feel about that? Oh, I just broke up with my ex. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's a bad thing, right? I have no idea. Let's go and let's go deep. So people, they just talk about this thing instead of this match, this football match, my team won or they lost, right? Should I can go be like, oh, what's their team? What's that? How many scores I don't care about that.
Yeah, why do you like football?
I care about you.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, how do you feel about this score?
Yeah.
That was intense. Okay, what do you mean about intense?
Yeah.
What's intense for you?
Yeah.
Of course, I'm a bit strict.
Why do you care? Why do you care? Why are you so interested in
Me?
people? Yeah.
To learn about myself.
Right.
That's it. So it's kind of very selfish because my goal is to know myself. I told you in the beginning, right?
100%.
How can I know myself if I'm not going deep with others? This is my thing of learning. Like the more I go deep, the more I can go deep.
Yeah.
Right? And the connection, I create real connection. And people, they're like I've heard it so many times that I talk with them like 30 minutes and they say something. I never said that to anyone. Or that's so weird. I said that to you and I don't know you.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, see?
Yeah.
You can open. You can be yourself. And that's my goal, to let people be themselves. And I let myself to be myself. This is how we grow, the real growing, right?
100%.
That's how we call growing, right? Because 100%. You can do so many things and you can be unhappy. I did that. I know. I've went through that. And I had everything. But no one asked me, how do you feel about that? Yeah. Right? How do you feel about having so much money and having a kid and having this and having the most beautiful wife? That I'm not happy. But I couldn't say that because why? Like people would be like, seriously? You're ungrateful. No, I'm not. That's my feelings. Yeah. This is how I feel. I cannot choose that.
Yeah.
And no one gave me like this opportunity to be myself.
Yeah, without judgment as well.
Without judgment.
Just ask and just be open.
Please. right? This is how I do. People, they say, oh, you're very non-judgmental. Because I love that.
Yeah.
I love that you're sharing who you are a bit, so I can be more myself in the world.
100%. Yeah. It's so funny. The first time we met, whenever I did like sales consultations, that I used to talk so much. I was like, this is the best gym in the world. It's amazing. You're gonna love it. I remember the first person that walked into our first ever arch gym, Kira just looked at me and she's like, you just didn't shut up. And then now I maybe talk for 10% of the time, and they talk for 90%.
That's amazing.
And I realized that's my joy. I love it. This is my joy. I love this. I love understanding people. I love getting to know people. I love diving deeper on topics. But no one's ever said it like that. And I agree. It's completely selfish. Me talking, I don't learn anything.
Right?
When I go to parties, we got a party tonight. You'll probably see it. We'll just be there and we'll just be asking everyone deep questions.
That's it.
Right? And it's just like, the first thing I ask people is like, what's your dream? It's the first thing I ask, like, especially in the sauna. I'm like, okay, you get voice, what's the dream? why are you, I mean, I was going to say, why haven't you killed yourself yet? But like, that's another one. But like, that's when you get really deep, right? But it's like, what's the dream? What do you really want? What haven't you told someone? Tell me, let's go, let's talk about it.
That's amazing.
Right? And you know who's the master of this? Kira's the master of this. She's
Okay.
incredible. Everyone, my family, everyone says that she's so quiet and shy. I'm like, no, motherfucker. You don't get it. She's just learning.
Yeah.
She's just...
Like, I saw her eyes, I saw her,
Yeah.
like how much her eyes are open,
Yeah.
and she just grabs things, it's just like,
Yeah.
that's
And
amazing.
she's just-
I love this energy.
Yeah.
That's
And
amazing.
she's just pulling all these different things and learning all these different things. And even now, when I talk, I have this like barometer of like, I think I've said it to you a few times, sorry I'm talking so much. Because I've trained myself as like a behavior of like, I actually am almost a bit sick of my own voice, a little bit.
Wow.
Because I just want to hear people talk about stuff. And it's even like in again, I always bring it back to sales. For me, sales is behavior change. It's how to talk to people. Right? I love it. And it's been my obsession for the last like 3 years. Right?
Yeah.
Behavior change. Why do humans do what they do? It's very similar to what you're doing when you're talking to you. Why do you do what you do?
Exactly.
Why do you do that behavior? Who are you? Right? Like why? It's the same thing, right?
100%.
And you sit across to someone and they say, what's the gym all about? And you're like, talk to me. What would you want from a gym? And like I could talk all about me all day, but I'm like, no, I want to hear from you. So I was going to say as well, what if someone did want to get into this, and maybe they're afraid of talking to people, and also for me myself, how do you get to know people at Nirvana? What questions do you ask them? How do you break the walls down? And what's like, if someone does want to learn and do that, maybe they don't know many people, maybe they're afraid, maybe they're socially anxious bit, right? But again, the term we're putting on it. But like, how would you break that down? What's the kind of layers to kind of get into that?
There are many different ways. So I have my own way because I know myself, okay? I know that I'm very open and I like to talk to people. I like to go to see people. I was not always like that. Some people, they don't like that, right? And it's okay. 100% okay. Just don't force yourself to change. So the first thing in everything that we do, like, when I give advice on sharing on social media or doing something, just before you press the button, the validation button on anything, just think about why you're doing this.
Yeah.
Put your intention, right?
Yeah.
Just go and breathe 5 seconds. Be like, why do I do this? What's my purpose? What's the joy? What's the thing that I want to achieve with that button that I press without doing everything? I do it on everything, right? I do it when I drink. I do it when I talk to you. Before, and why do I do that? But no need to go that deep, right? But just before you start something, just be like, why am I here? Why? Why do I sit in Nirvana in a cafe with my laptop?
Yeah.
Why? Why not home? Why not another cafe?
Yeah.
Right? Why?
Yeah.
Because I feel good and because maybe I want to achieve things. So I'm going to put my headphones and just work. And because I like the noise and I want to meet new people, right? So this is the first thing, always just Put yourself in the why. Then when you're open, I'm going to talk about energy a little bit, then your energy will soften up. Because you are like this, right? All the time. I'm afraid. I want to cheat. When, like you said, when I'm gonna do this, I will be there. No, you're not. It's not true. You can be this person before even pressing the button, before standing up or waking up or anything. Just remember, that's why I have this gong thing, right? The bell thing to be myself. Like, okay, I breathe. How am I feeling right now? And what's my intention about this next moment? This is the first thing. Second thing is, like, let's say some people, they like to talk to, they want to talk to people, they like that, right? But they're afraid. So one thing that I do, especially, it's difficult when you see like a woman that you feel that she's attractive, right? You're not enough, so you put a mask. So some guys, they put a mask, right? Oh, I'm gonna be like this and this. And some people, they're like very shy. Some people, they don't, and it can be very intimidating. How do I see things? I give you a small secret. I see people as their kids, 8-year-old kids.
Wow.
So when I met you with a big smile, I see the 8-year-old Ollie. So for me, I don't have anything. I just want to know that kid. What's your story? So if it's a hot girl, she used to be 8-year-old, right? So there's no sexual attraction on that, right? Then I'm open. I want to learn about you because I know that I want to learn myself. Then when I create this connection, then we can go a little bit further, right? And then I'll be like, okay, maybe I like you. Because, when we always like, when we focus on the physique or things, it's very difficult to take it away and be very genuine. It's very difficult, right? I take it from the beginning. Oh, there's nothing. Talk to you. Then we have this connection. Then maybe not. I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna go. The connection was not there. Like now, I've been doing it for so many years, so my accuracy is very high. So every time I talk to someone, I know it's gonna be a blast. But it took me a while to do that, right? So this is very easy, right? Then it's like, I used to work with kids, so it's very easy to talk with kids, right? Oh, hey, how are you today? How are you feeling? Just they eat. Oh, it looks good what you're eating. Just nothing can create something, right? And people, they're like, oh, thank you, because they see the energy. I don't push anything. I really want to know you.
So what I got from that is, I think it's the internal state that comes first. Ask yourself, well, why do you want to meet people? Why am I here in the co-working space? Well, I'm here to work. But if someone does come along and I want to talk to them, like, almost, not necessarily rules, but it's just asking yourself that question of like, why am I doing this thing? That's the first thing. And then I think I went to an all-boys school for 7 years. I was petrified of women. Petrified. Like, I remember there was this girl for 4 years that I was just in love with. And I remember one day I made up an excuse after 4 years of trying to think about it every single night to message her on Facebook. 4 years. When I went to university, got into that, and that's why I got into weightlifting. So I was like, if I'm big and like jacked, then women will just come to me, right? And I got into like all the pickup stuff, right? And all the what to say,
the
do this thing and touch them here and blah blah blah. Bullshit. Because women especially have the biggest bullshit detectors in the fucking world. 100%. They know in a second what your intention is, right? And then I actually read a really good book called The Rational Male by Mark Manson. He also wrote The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. But his book before that, he used to be a pickup artist.
I remember
and he wrote The Rational Male. It changed my whole life. Because what it spoke about was, it's exactly this. Rather than doing all of the things that make you look like this, just be that.
That's it.
And then work on doing this all the time. Put all your energy into that, which is not being needy, being okay with yourself, the internal state, not sexualizing women. As guys listening to this, you can't hide from that. The way I kind of see it is, if you go past an art painting, you're like, wow, that's a really nice art painting. I don't want to fuck the art painting.
It's beautiful.
Right, it's beautiful.
Makes me feel something.
Exactly, right? We don't have to act on the thing, right? And that's how I've come to grips with my sexuality and lust and all the different things of realizing I do feel attraction to women, even though I've been with Kira for 7 years and we're going to get married and have kids, etc. And don't feel bad about that. Like, this is a natural human thing, right? We used to fuck around as tribal species anyway, right? We used to have 10 wives, right? We live in a world which is, in terms of monogamy, is extremely actually against what a human being in a way is actually built for. And so just be like, that's okay. I have these feelings, but the first thing I always mention when I talk to a girl is I mention my wife or my fiance. It's the first thing I try and mention, just to immediately like disarm them and be like, I just want to talk to you. I'm not hitting on you in any. I sometimes even say that. I'm like, look, I'm not hitting on you, but like, what was that? You know, all things like that. So I love the 8-year-old kid thing, you know, because I think it's everyone has that like inner child. Everyone has that smile. I think for you, a big thing that I see is the smile. It's like an instant disarm. I see it all the time. It's so funny how we watch each other and how you can start to see it, right?
You're good.
But it's like it's you just walk past and you just do a little smile, and it's not a this smile. It's a this smile. It's up in the eyes. It's like right here, and it's just like, and it's just a little high, and that I think is just these. It's just slowly not working away and sounds like there's intention there, but it's literally just want to meet people and talk to them. So yeah, absolutely.
There's no fight. There's no shield, no protection. No, just can we be us? And spend a good time. 2 minutes. That's it. No more, 100%. No less. Right.
100%. That's super, super cool. So, what are you working on today? What things do you struggle with today?
Good question. Like that question. So, since I want to know myself. That's the only goal that I have, right? So the rest will be, how do I feel right now? So I've been learning to be and just deprogram myself from, I need to make money, I need to do this, I need to do this. Because I know by experience and everything that I've been studying that there's like something higher than me.
Sure.
That will bring me the best or show me the best, right? So maybe it's a bit different than what we hear. I'm not going to go too much in detail to that, but still. So the more I'm connected to myself, the more I see the opportunities. Okay. The one thing that I don't like too much is like, oh, this was the opportunity of your life. No, that doesn't exist. That doesn't exist. I'm sorry, guys. You have opportunities all the time. I say hi to you. Now I'm here. Did I expect that? Did I want that? No. But I know things like that. They are everywhere.
100%.
When I talk to people, just like, this person here, maybe he's going to make you millionaire. But you're just 1 feet away from him and you don't take it because you don't, maybe you feel something and you're like, no, I'm not, right?
So true.
You don't know. People, they're like, oh, I need to work hard too. No, you don't need to do that. Some people, they love that. And it's 100% okay. Work your ass off and it's fine.
Do that.
But some, they don't like that and they force themselves. They ask me, oh, should I do this on Instagram, but I don't like to sell myself. If you don't like, don't do it. Don't. But we don't care about the how, okay? Just be yourself. And like I said, put an intention, soften your energy, and you will see. You will see. And this is what happened in my life the last 5 years, that all the things that happened to me, all of them, I just let them come. Sometimes I get a bit, not nervous, but I want it right now, or I'm like a bit stressed, I feel it. But I'm still okay. I'm like, it will come. It will come. And it always came. Bali, I was in Thailand. My friend called me. You need to come. I need you here. You know what? How do I feel about it? Yes, it's a big yes. Let's go. 2 days later, I was on a plane. I was not preparing that. Like now I'm going back to my daughter. I didn't prepare that. It was like, okay, there's the right moment, the right moment, the right moment. So of course it's not 100%. But I'm working on that. On be like open, aware to all the opportunities. People, they think like they create opportunities. You don't create anything. I'm sorry, guys. We don't create anything. They are here. Are you opening your eyes enough to just grab it or say yes?
You have to show up.
Right? Wake up, do your thing, make yourself good and happy. Like if it's working out, it's just like learning. I love to learn things. I love that. This is one of my favorite things ever. Yeah. I read a lot. I listen to podcasts, audiobooks all the time. I'm on my bike just listening to something because I love that so much.
Yeah.
And I'm so there. And then I talk to people. I love to do that.
Yeah.
Some people, they say, oh, you are so, isn't it too tired to do that? Now I'm going to like what I do. This is how I get my clients. Oh, I don't do Facebook. I don't do ads. I don't do this. I don't want to do that. It takes so much energy. So you spend energy on that. I spend energy on talking to people. And they say, oh, how do you get your clients? Like that. I talk to you. You remember me. You will call me. I have this person. This 100%. All organic. All of it. So I've been for 13 years UX designer. I said, like I build websites, programs. I'm an entrepreneur. So I'm working on some small projects on making apps with a good friend. Now he's in Thailand. I love to work on things when I feel like it. And I also help people right now. I'm just getting there on helping. So I'm not going to call myself a coach. What's the word I used a few days ago? I love to share.
Yeah.
Right? I love to share. That's it. And exchange. Share and exchange. This is for me, everything is an exchange, right? I'm not teaching you anything. No. I'm sharing, you're sharing, and we're learning.
Yeah.
That's it. And I'm getting paid for that more and more. I don't have a program. I don't have anything. People, they're just asking me for my time. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make you pay this because this is my time. I have a lot to do, and they're okay. And my price is increasing, and I'm okay.
100%. Did you ever have any imposter syndrome when you started out in that?
Oh my God, for so many years.
Talk to me.
So many. This is like one of the biggest. Like even today.
Yeah.
Even today.
Yeah.
So I'm learning so many things, but I kind of switch on that. This is very interesting because I had this conversation a few days ago. So I see all the coaches, people, like healers and everything. They love to talk about now I see it. I'm going to tell you like my view right now.
Okay.
They love to talk about what they're learning, but they didn't integrate that. So you're learning about something and you want to share, but you don't know it.
Yeah.
You don't know because you don't do it yet. You think, and I used to be like that a lot. So I'm reading something so excited, I'm going to teach everyone about that thing that I just read.
Yeah.
That I'm so excited.
Yeah.
You don't have it. You don't do it.
Yeah.
Why? How can you share something that you don't have?
100%. You replicated, shared without iterating. You didn't say it from yourself.
Yes, you say it from your brain and I used to be like that. So, and that's my voice. I told you I had this voice all my life. She told me that you're not ready. You're not ready. So I wanted to do it because I was good at it. People, they were praising me and I was like, oh, you're good at this and this and that. I'm like, you should go on YouTube, make videos and do it. Something is off.
Yeah.
Something is off, right? I couldn't understand. And now I'm like starting to see a different way. So now, when I share with people, so there's like few rules that I do. I don't talk when I'm not invited to. Like working on that. So sometimes I do it. Sorry, I'm not perfect yet. But I don't talk when I'm not invited. So I ask questions. That's it. So I'm getting better and better at asking questions. Then people, they can talk. So there are people, they can talk for like hours. Yeah. I didn't say anything. But people, they just like, what about you? Then I share a bit more. Then I see how much they react. This is like a conversation, right? It's an exchange. I give you a little bit, then you give me this, and then it depends. Everything is different. Second thing, I never ever help people that didn't ask me 100%. Explicitly to ask them. Yeah. We love to give advice and things. Why do you do that? Did I ask you? Like people, they say, oh, and I love to talk about how I feel, right? Oh, I had this breakup, feeling sad. Oh, you should do this. Did I ask you? Then why do you give me advice right now? Did I ask you? I'm just sharing. And I'm pretty, like, not always, but I'm like, I love to put my boundaries. You know what? This is not right now. Thank you. Thank you for your advice. I know it was from a place of a nice place with a
Yeah.
genuine something, but
Yeah.
it was not the right moment.
Yeah. I akin the word should to shudder.
To
As
what?
soon as I hear should, I shudder.
Okay.
I hate the word should. You should.
No.
No. If
Right.
cool if I share a story about me
Yeah.
when I went through a similar thing.
Yeah.
And then I invite you in,
Right.
and I share the story, and then you take what you want from it.
Exactly. 100%, right? So I share my stories. So those two things first. Then what I share about things that I am, not things that I'm learning, because I told you I'm learning every day new things. I'm not going to share about that because they're so new. Like if I go very deep and people are asking me explicitly, what are you reading right now? Now I can share because this is my readings. This is not me who I am right now because it's going to become who I am in a few months maybe.
Yeah. How do you know it's who you are then? At what point do you know that you're ready to share?
Because I do it.
Yeah.
I feel it. You know, I told you about like my gong thing. I told you about meditation. I do it. I know this is part of me.
Yeah.
This is. I'm not gonna explain because it's so smooth.
Sure.
It's not about my brain. About like, oh, life is like this. Universe is like this. You know the universe is like this. You don't know. Just shut up. I'm not. I read about this book talking about their like past, futures. People, you know, they say, oh, there's no time. It's an illusion. How do you know that? Did you live that? No. Shut up.
Then what
You read a book. Joe Dispenza said, yes, thank you.
Cool.
Thank you for sharing what you're reading. And I love that. Or you don't know it.
Yeah.
You don't know. I lived crazy, extraordinary experiences. I lived things that are beyond words. Okay? If you ask me, I can share that, right? But this is my experience. This is not the truth. This is my experience. I can share. But the rest,
yeah, I love it. I always remember for imposter syndrome. I think I told you the story, but I'll share it again. Of the Catch Me If You Can movie.
Yeah.
Have you ever that movie?
Yeah, I know.
And it's Leo running around doing loads of crazy things. And when he's at the end with who's the guy? I can't remember the guy. The really famous. Anyway, the guy at the end who's the FBI detective, right?
Yeah.
And he's going through and he's now working for the FBI and he's essentially saying, how did you do all these things? And he was like, oh, that one I faked it, and that one, oh, I just did this crazy thing and faked this. And then he got to the point on when he was a teacher.
Yeah.
And the guy asked him, how did you do that? And he was like, that one I didn't fake. It's simple. I just read one page ahead.
Amazing.
And that
I should rewatch this movie.
Cured
I used to.
all my imposter syndrome.
Right?
It cured it all in a second.
Wow. Okay.
Because what it helped me realize was, can I be useful to the person that I was yesterday? Yes. That's it.
That's it.
And if people want to exchange a form of commitment, which is money, for that, great. If they want to spend time with me doing that, that's great. But I will never share something that I can't say, this is what I did.
We're
I'm
talking about the same thing, right?
Yeah, I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying, this is what I did. Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
This is what I learned.
Yeah.
And that cured everything in terms of imposter syndrome for me. This learning and curiosity, was that like a developed skill? Did you always have that? Back pre-33, were you that kind of person? Were you very... Yeah?
I love to learn. I used to. I asked myself a question like a few years ago, pre-33. I remember. I don't know. I don't remember. Like maybe I was Jay Shetty talking on a podcast or something. And I asked myself, and I think it's a very good question to ask yourselves, is there something that I can do all my life without getting bored? Like I can just do it right now until the end of my life. Because I'm a very passionate guy and I want to do things, right? I want to enjoy it. So is there something? So I'm an illustrator. I love to draw. I love animation. I love to watch movies, cartoons, anime, mangas. I love women. I love food. I love so many things. I said, would you draw all day, every day? I'm going to get bored and tired and sick of it. Would you listen to music? I'm going to get bored and tired. Eat, sex. It's like, is there something? It took me a while.
Yeah.
Then I got it. It's like, there's two things that I can do without never getting bored. Learning and give it away. and teaching. That's it. Because the learning part is so big, right? It's not learning about how to make coffee, but learning.
Learning.
And the more I get, the more I integrate, I love to use this word, the more I can give it. Right? And people are coming to me, right? They want to talk to me. They were like, oh, I love your energy. I love your smile. I love this. Why? Yeah. Because I am what I learn. Yeah. I'm like fully genuine on that. I'm not pretending anymore. I used to pretend. I know I was like this guy, super smart, super this. I was like kind of off. Now I'm just working on be myself, not more, not less, just this. So this is how I call humility, right? Because most of people did say humility is like making yourself less. No, make yourself who you are, not more, not less. Just look at yourself and be like, this is who I am.
Yeah.
Without even saying it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can say it, but most of the time you don't.
Yeah.
People, they feel it.
They feel it.
Right? They feel it.
100%.
So
100%.
I'm like, I learn. I love to learn. I never tired of learning. This is crazy how much now I know I'm never tired.
Yeah.
Like I go to sleep, I learned. Because you know what? Learning is about just looking. Yeah. Oh, this is this guy cleaning. Yeah. This is cleaning it this way. I'm learning, right? Yeah. This is the water is dark blue. Why? Because the painting is like this. Yeah. Wow. Just, be there. Just awareness. And this, I call it learning. You can use different words for that. This is my word, right? Sure. And then, now I know, the more I learn, the more people are going to ask me things. Yeah. Then I'll give it away for free, 100%. Take it. Yeah. I give you everything I have. Mm-hmm. I have no secret. I have no things to hide. Mm-hmm. Because, I can add something in relationships. When I call relationship, I said about all of relationships. People, when they say relationships, they talk about romantic relationship, or with this kind of relationship. For me, relationship is a big thing. Mm-hmm. It's how you have a connection. When you have a connection with someone, you start a relationship. That's it. Mm-hmm. So, when we have a relationship, like I would say in romantic or dating, it works and everything. People, they say, oh, you should be mysterious. You should hide something. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's talk about that. So if now, and it's exactly the same with business. Mm-hmm. If now I hide some of myself, okay? So I give you just a bit. Then you give me, of course you will give me just a bit. This is a reflection. So you give me 10%, I give you 10%. But what you don't know, what you forgot in the equation, is like me plus you. It's a third thing that's created. So we call it the relationship. This is the third entity that is created. This never happened before. Didn't exist, right? You just created it, right? People, they say, oh, I know myself. You don't know yourself because when you meet this person, you will create something new and it will affect you. It will make you change. Great. So if I don't give you 100%, it means that in my head I have a plan of giving you step by step. Sure. But what you forgot is that when you create this new entity, your plan changed. Yeah. The whole plan is just like the thing that you hide is just, and it's gonna become something off. Yeah. Because you want to show a little bit more of who you are because you think that you are like that, but you are creating something new. Then so you're fighting. This is where relationships, they could become crazy, and you fight and you have expectations and you have this and that because you're fighting. Like, I should show this part of me, but I don't feel like it. Why? And it's weird. And all of the thoughts are here. What I do, I give you everything I can, straight. I don't have anything to hide because I know I'm gonna learn so much. This new thing, like why would I need to be mysterious? Because I'm gonna learn the treasures, the new things that are coming here from a relationship. This is why I say I'm gonna learn about myself by asking you and learn about you. Sure, because you created that third thing which you can then observe, which then integrates into you. Thank you. Thank you. Really good way of saying it. I never saw it like that. I never saw the fact that every single relationship is essentially a new thing that you've like 1 + 1. I always say to Kira, 1 + 1 = 5 for us. When we work together, it's just we get so many ideas and it's a whole new thing. But it's actually funny. It's almost like when we work together, we create this new thing. Because if you zoomed out and the universe was looking down on it, there is no 1 + 1. There is no 1 and 1. It's just
thing. It's just energy.
Right.
Right. It just is.
That's it.
Right. And so it's like these two blobs of energy are combined together to create a bigger blob, which can actually observe the other blob, and it's like create something bigger.
100%.
Right. Obviously, with us, we feel like we are singular. We have one brain. We are a thing. But in reality, it's completely bullshit. Right. Because
100%.
it's just like an ant colony. It's just like you're building something bigger that the ant doesn't think of itself.
No.
And it's funny actually when you look at different cultures, like the Asian culture versus the Western culture, or the Eastern versus West, how much more they think of as collective,
Right.
and how much more we think of as
Individual.
a individual, singular, and how that leads to different things. What last few questions? Kind of, I know you've got places to be. You've got to get ready for your party and everything as well.
It's okay. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah,
I love that. I love that moment.
Well, so there's two things I wanted to touch on that you've said throughout the conversation. Two words: integrate and breath. You always said breath a lot, like sit, breathe.
Okay.
Like
I didn't. Thank
breathe.
you.
You've always said, like, I've heard 4 or 5 times said that, and also the word integrate.
Yeah.
Has come up loads.
Yes.
What do those? So let's start with integrate. How do you integrate? Because again, we're talking about why it's important, rather than just reading something else and saying this thing. How do you integrate that thing to become a part of you, so that you can share from your experience rather than just saying what you read in the book? Like, well, how do you integrate things?
Okay. So those two words, they can be very related.
Right.
Because integration is something that comes without thinking, okay? Without any force, without any, it comes naturally.
Right.
We always do that all the time. So if I go back to what we just said before about 1 + 1 is 3. So 1, me right now in that moment, you in that moment, create this entity. This entity will come back to me and create me, a new version of me. And this new version of me, this new version of you will create a new entity.
Sure.
Never ending, right?
Yeah.
So you're always changing. We don't, that's it.
Yeah.
So that's why we read books again, over and over again. Because every time I'm a new person from reading that book and experiencing it, and I go back to this book and I'm like, this is a new book.
Yeah. You can't step into the same river twice.
Like if you just hear 100%, every coffee that I drink, even if it's the same, is different.
Yeah.
The feeling I have is different. It depends on so many things, but it's different. So if I expand on that, so integration is this. It's just something come to me that can be knowledge, that can be information, that can be food, that can be taste, that can be feelings, anything, and it will become part of me. And this is where you need to relax.
Yeah.
Because it will come naturally.
Yeah.
No need to force. It's like when you work out, you push yourself, you push yourself, you push yourself,
Yeah.
then you rest.
Yeah.
This is the integration part, right? You need to rest.
Yeah.
Resting doesn't mean being like non-moving. You do things you enjoy, but you know that you are integrating. Like if you know that things are coming, the next time you're stronger.
Yeah.
You didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And you rest.
Yeah.
Like, seriously? Then if you expand that a bit, we are always in those two states of learning and integrating all the time. Just be nice to yourself.
Sure.
We're students. We're learning all the time. We're not bad. It's people, they say like, oh, I'm bad at it. No, you're just a student. You're just a beginner. Look at yourself as a beginner. A beginner is someone who's learning, making mistakes. Take the time. No pushing, no forcing, nothing. Then you integrate. So this is, and how I do it, by breathing.
Right.
Because we're breathing no matter what. Like integration and breathing, there are two things that we do naturally. But what I want is to do it consciously.
Right.
It's a small difference, to be conscious of how I breathe. The conscious thing, to people, they think, okay, I've read about books about people, they say, make everything conscious. No, we don't. We cannot make everything conscious, right? Yeah. It's like, it's too much. Imagine I can think about like every piece of me just moving and doing it. Oh, bro, I'll die, right?
Yeah.
But conscious means I put things in my awareness, do it consciously enough to become unconscious, to become a habit.
Sure.
And this is, I chose that.
Yeah.
My way of breathing, my way of sitting, my way of talking, my way of this. I did it for a while, then this is part of me, right? So integrated. So breathing is always, I think, like for now, maybe I did it for years now. I do it for years. I've been doing it for years, breathing consciously. I still do it because I think I enjoy it. At some point, maybe I will stop thinking about it, right? I will be like, this is part of me. Just, oh, how do you breathe? Oh, I breathe in my stomach.
Yeah.
Oh, it's interesting. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I forget because it's so unconscious, right? It's so habit.
Yeah.
So those two things are related. Just to say to myself that it's going to be okay, and
Sure.
I'm growing, I'm learning, and I'm becoming better, new version of me. All those things, without forcing.
100%. Do you think anyone does anything with bad intentions, or do you think they just haven't learned?
Okay.
Do you think they're ignorant?
So what's bad intention first? Okay.
Sure.
For me, what is bad and good and bad, there's nothing that is by itself good, by itself bad. It depends on the situation. So if we talk about bad or good, it's not aligned with us.
Sure.
So if it's bad intention, yes, we can do it because it's not aligned with who we are.
Sure.
Because we don't know who we are.
Sure.
That's it. This is a bad intention because it's not aligned with you. But you selling things and me selling things, maybe for you it's a bad intention. Maybe it's a good intention for me. We're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm asking you, why are you doing it? So most of the time, if we do it unconsciously by conditioning, most of the time it's a bad intention.
Yeah.
I will call it that. Like, I don't like to call that, but to answer you, yes, it's a bad intention. But if you just put yourself and look at the intention behind why, and you be like, I'm okay to do it for my parents. I'm okay to do it for love. I'm okay to do it for money.
Yeah.
This is amazing intention.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And maybe tomorrow it will change.
Yeah.
And it's 100% okay too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's almost like play it out. That's what I love.
Yes.
It's everything is cause and effect. We spoke about this the other day.
Yeah.
And like one of the stories that changed my life was the story of Job in the Bible, which is, for those of you who don't know, and I'm not going to recite it perfectly, just roughly. It's this guy was a very good Christian, loved God, always had faith, and he was always a good person, and God gave him everything. And then I think it was Satan or the bad guy came up and said, okay, well, I'm going to test you. I'm going to test this guy to keep his faith. And he slowly takes away everything from Job, like his wealth, his family, his health, everything. And then just as Job is about to completely crack and lose his faith, and we'll talk about faith in a second, something that's really, really important. Just as he was about to lose his faith, God comes down and he just gives him a bit of an idea of what God sees. And all he does is he just shows Job the universe.
Wow.
And Job goes, I get it. And instantly gets it. And it took me a year. I read the story, I was like, what does that mean? The fuck does that mean? I was like, what nice one, Bible. Like, what a stupid story. Like, fucking religion. That's like, right? And then I was like, fuck. Oh, I'm just a little ant in an ant colony. And the ant colony is in the world. And the world is in the universe. And my feelings, I'm almost like grabbing air. Right? I'm like, I'm trying to pass my judgment on something that is ethereal, it's eternal, and I simply cannot comprehend the cause and effect level of this.
Right.
So that's what you reminded me of when you said that, like almost like play it out, see it as a bigger thing. It's like I'm just playing my part. I'm just doing, and I'm doing it in the best way that I think I can be useful, right? And that's it. Do you have faith? Do you have something that you believe in? Are you spiritual?
So I'm Muslim. I would call it spiritual. I'm very open to everything that is spiritual and not spiritual. So I love to learn. I'm learning about traditions, old religions, and all those things that see how I can understand things. So I'm not going to go too deep in that because I'm like studying it now. I can recite and repeat things that I've been reading, but I'm integrating it. And it's a very deep thing, very life-changing things. And so I would say, how do I call faith? Faith is like I said it from the beginning, how do I feel? Do I listen to this thing? And I'm very, not secure, but I know that things will play it out.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know how. I don't know how I'm going to feel because, like I said, there's no bad and no good. There's discomfort and discomfort, right? But every discomfort thing will bring me a treasure. So no matter what, I'm winning, right? So or I'm winning, like it's always comfortable. I got it and I'm happy. Or I have discomfort and it didn't work out the way I thought, and I'm gonna learn from that. And it's gonna be a new superpower because when I say treasure, this is superpower. Right? It's something hidden inside me that maybe I'm scared, maybe I lost, maybe I forgot, but it's something new. So I'm gonna learn. So I'm gonna have a new weapon in my arsenal. Let me just enjoy no matter what. So even before I do anything, I know what I'm gonna win. I know. So I like to test it out. I like to see. Sometimes when I date, one thing that I love to say, it's like, oh, I give you my heart. You can break it as much as you want. Please do. Because I'm going to learn, right?
Yeah.
I will learn from that. And this is going to be painful, but it's going to be amazing. So please do it. We'll see.
That's my favorite ever two words. We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah. There's a really famous, there's a story of the boy who gets a horse.
Mm-hmm.
And all the townspeople go, oh my God, you're so lucky.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And the old man says, we'll see. And then the boy falls off the horse, breaks his knee. And the townspeople go, that's so bad. And the old man says, we'll see. And then the army comes along to draft all the young boys. Kid broke his knee. He doesn't go. All the townspeople go, that's amazing. The old man says, we'll see. And you keep playing it out. And it's, we'll see, we'll see. And the only way that you can ever truly connect the dots is on your deathbed. When you look back and you can say, this led to this, this led to this, blah, blah, blah. And by that point, you're dead. So who really cares? Right? And so that's why there is inherently nothing that is good or bad. It's impossible.
Yeah.
Unless you're right at the end and you can look back in hindsight, because how many times, like you said, has something bad happened to you, but it made you who you are today?
Right.
So was that a good thing or a bad thing? I'd say it's a good thing. And so again, it's like look around the room and find things that are blue. Okay, look around the room and find things that are green. What you look for is what you attract, right? What you see, which comes back to what you were saying about why am I sitting in the Nirvana cafe?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm doing it. Okay, cool. I'm going to give out this energy, right? Because that's what I want. And so I think it's a much easier way of living life in kind of full circle. I think this is the most important thing. That's why I have these conversations. That's why I want to share them. If I was talking to Ollie back when I was 16, it's just like figure out who you want to be and just keep working on it. It's so hard to even say it, you know?
Right.
It's just like, just keep trying. Like, just keep getting better, keep being useful, keep asking questions, stay curious, have fun, and realize that it's all going to be okay.
Right.
And I think that sums up every religion, which is everything's going to be okay.
No matter what.
It's going to be good.
I told you, just like comfortable, not comfortable, no matter what, it's going to be okay.
Exactly.
You will. It's okay. It's fine.
Exactly.
I can go a little bit deeper, of course, because I believe in like afterlife and past things. Like it's not even then done when you're dead. It's not even that. Just like for me, it's just like a life on earth is just a small portion.
100%.
But we're not going to go there, of course. It's just like you said, we're just an ant in a groove, and this thing in a planet, in a universe. Just enjoy.
Exactly.
We'll
have to go deeper next time.
Yeah.
100%. Dude, we always have like a closing tradition, I guess. Obviously, the podcast is called Momentum, and it's all about sharing the lessons, I guess mistakes, and again, the integrations, maybe, that you've gone through in life. Notice how all the things that Alan was saying didn't come from, this is what I've been reading, this is what I want to do in 5 years. We haven't even mentioned the future of where you want to go. It's literally just, this is what I've learned from my life. Yeah. What thing would you say to 16, 18-year-old Adam? I know we kind of mentioned it before, but it's always just kind of like a final thing to help to give him momentum. And I'm going to say this as it is, like to keep going, not to end it.
Yeah.
Not to kill yourself. Because I think the leading killer of men under 50 in the UK is suicide. 21 guys kill themselves every single day.
Yeah.
Big passion of mine. It's always been something that I put on the side of like, I want to bring it up, and I want this to be my whole thing.
Yeah.
Of like, I want to stop men from ending their lives.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know if you've had that experience before, or it's up to you if you want to share it, but what would you say to 16, 18-year-old, or anyone who's struggling in that sense, to give the momentum to either start their journey of like, I need to gain this stuff, or just to keep going?
One of the reasons that I think that those things happen is just because they don't feel heard.
Yeah.
Right? They feel they're alone, and they feel that they don't want to listen to them. So they don't trust the world. Right? Parents, you're like, oh, you should do this, you be this and do this and that, because they have their own view of the world, they have their own challenges from their lives, and they cannot be there for the person. That's why I told you that I'm leaving for my daughter, to be that person, to listen, to make her feel heard.
Yeah.
And for me, it's just, I don't know how I can give this advice, but you're enough. First, you're unique, you're original the way you are, and you're enough. This is, if I had someone telling me this, seriously, I had this one teacher at some point. I was 21, I think. Web school. He came. This guy, he built games. I wanted to build games so much. So he was like kind of successful. He came teaching us. He said one thing that I always repeat when I teach. Like, oh, today, this guy, like famous guy that I was, oh, wow, this guy is amazing. I'm going to learn so much from him. He said, I'm going to teach you things. I'm going to show you things. I'm going to share my experiences, but I'm going to learn from you.
Yeah.
And he looked at me in the eyes. I was, me?
Yeah.
Me? You are going to learn from me? You don't know how much, I have goosebumps right now just telling that. Oh, for real. You're looking at me. I am important.
I'm useful.
Bro, you don't know how much that switched something in my life. Yeah. So every one of you, all of you, you have worth, and you have value. You're good enough just by being you. You don't need to do more. You don't need to do less. You don't need to share anything. Be yourself and be okay, right? And the more you're going to be okay with yourself, you're going to meet people. They're going to listen to you. They're going to listen to you. And this moment is just amazing, because it's like, seriously, you are for real? You're asking me these questions? You want to know how I feel, but I don't know. Take the time. That's it. That's just it. You don't need more, because the more I'm connected to myself, the more I can do with the things that I'm here for.
100%. Amazing. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. That was amazing. That was amazing. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.